Welcome to the Boomer Briefing Podcast, where we help you solve a critical business issue in 20 minutes or less. My name is Jon Hubbard. I'm your host. With me today, I have Amanda Wilkie. Hi, Amanda.
Hey, Jon. How you doing?
Doing well. And our topic today, well, actually, I should mention, Amanda's role here at Boomer is a consultant. She is one of our key technology consultants and process improvement consultants. So she spends a lot of time in firms working with them on those two areas. And before joining our team, Amanda was also, in several top 50 firms, serving in their technology leadership roles, CIO role. And so I'm really excited to be talking with Amanda today about this topic. And our topic is how to deliver consulting services or very high value services virtually. So a lot of firms over the last several years have been putting a lot of work into how to deliver these high value consulting services, how to not only create those services, but actually deliver them in a very valuable way. Now we have a little wrinkle or a little opportunity to say, how can we do that virtually? So Amanda, the first question I want to throw to you is, why is it important for firms to know how to deliver these types of services virtually?
Yeah, and I love, Jon, how you called it that little wrinkle or that little opportunity. And I know I'm tired of talking about COVID all the time, so we don't want to spend a lot of time on that. But that is the opportunity that has kind of presented itself in 2020. The profession was already moving more toward advisory and consulting services. Like you said, firms have been trying to figure out how to do that in person for a while. And I think that this being 2020 is just accelerating that, us in that direction. I mean, look at all of the opportunity for advisory services through the PPP loans and things like that. It's not going to slow down because we're not going back to the way things were in 2019. I mean, Jon, when's the last time you were on a plane?
Yeah, February.
Yeah, February. Yeah. And this time of year, I know I would be traveling somewhere around 75–80% of the time right now, and I haven't been on a plane since February. And again, our clients aren't really going back to the office. So what's the point of us going to their office? They're not going to be there, but we can still deliver these services. We can still move these engagements forward. We can still bring value to our clients, even when things are shut down. And I think there's going to be some ebbs and flows. I mean, we have no idea what 2021 really has in store, but we know that we're not going back 100% into the office. So we're going to have to take advantage of this opportunity and find ways to do things, virtually to keep our clients going and to help our clients. And I won't say that it takes a different type of consultant, but it definitely takes some different strategies in delivering those engagements a bit differently, if that makes sense to you.
Yes, and I love what you said about being able to deliver these services to help keep our clients going. And something we say in our certified consultant training, or just when we're working with firms, helping them to deliver new types of services virtually, is we owe it to our clients, and you listening, you owe it to your clients to figure out how to deliver these services virtually. They need you. They need you to. And while it is a wrinkle and there may be a little bit of feeling uncomfortable doing that, there's going to be a learning curve. Just know your clients need you to figure this out so you can help them. So I'm glad you stressed that point, Amanda. So if someone's listening, watching, and they say, all right, I'm all in, I feel this, I know we need to be able to figure out how to do this. What are some ideas, some solutions you have for them, Amanda, to help firms figure out how to deliver services virtually?
Yeah. Well, John, I'll start by sharing, what we did internally here at Boomer Consulting. We did not simply try to take what we do in person and drop it into a Zoom meeting and call it a virtual engagement. We went through every service that we do with a fine-tooth comb. We asked ourselves, piece by piece, session by session, what's the objective of this session or this part of the agenda? What's the objective that we're trying to achieve, or what's the value that this is bringing or it was bringing in person? And then what do we need to do to meet that objective or bring that value in a virtual environment? And again, it wasn't doing the same thing. Sometimes, it was building new tools or new exercises or new, breakout rooms or breakout strategies, things like that. Again, we went through it with a fine-tooth comb. And really, we used the same principles that we use in our Lean Six Sigma process improvement engagements to really retool and find some new technology and develop these new processes for virtual engagements. Now, I mentioned we retooled a lot. We had to, find new technology. And the thing is, the technology is out there. So we added things like online whiteboards where, our clients can collaborate with us real time during the engagement. Of course, we started using a lot more video. I mean, John, you and I know we live on video. We have for years. That was something new for a lot of the people that we were working with on these engagements. So we had to really stress video was very important. Collaboration tools were very important. Speaking of collaboration, we keep hearing more and more about things like Microsoft Teams. And Microsoft Teams have all of these integrations with some of those online whiteboards, some of the meeting, the project management tools, those things. So if I had to give some advice, it would be, look at your process. Look at your services, look at the process that you use to deliver those services, ask what is the objective, and find ways to meet those objectives in a virtual world. And don't just throw technology at it. Don't just make change for the fun of change, because we know everyone loves change. Make sure you're being very deliberate about it. Make sure you're asking, why is this change going to be better than what we're doing? And the answer may be easy. We can't do what we were doing because we can't be in person anymore. But again, you want to be deliberate. Another piece of advice I would give is, yes, the new technology is great, but make sure that you're using that technology deliberately, and you're not just throwing technology in for the fun of it. Make sure that it is adding value. It's not necessarily adding complexity. If it's adding complexity, you're taking away from that value. You're taking away from that opportunity to really meet those objectives. So again, look at it through a lens of process improvement. Try to make sure that you're adding value. Make sure that the new tools, the new technology that you're incorporating actually do help meet your objectives and add value, not complexity.
That's spot on, Amanda. And starting with the end in mind, starting with the value that your clients need you to deliver, and then asking yourself what tools, technology, process needs to be put in place that helps me accomplish that without overproducing, without using too many tools, without adding unnecessary complexity. And you and I are both very detail-oriented individuals, and our propensity to overproduce might be there, especially when we're really striving to get to deliver an amazing experience for our clients. And
I
so,
was going to say, John, that's why we work so well together.
yes, exactly. So yeah, no, it's true. And so, it can be real easy to all of a sudden kind of realize, oh, to deliver this engagement, I'm thinking about using 6 different tools. No, probably you don't need that. Probably it's just 2 or 3, and they're being used in a selective manner. So I love the fact that you're stressing that, Amanda. So let's say kind of the listeners here apply some of the ideas or the solutions you just kind of threw out there, what types of results can they expect to experience?
Yeah, that's a good question. So again, we have no idea what 2021 is going to look like or 2022. We just know that it's not going to look like 2019. Things are being accelerated with this new opportunity that 2020 has given us. Again, virtual services are being accelerated. Things like advisory and consulting services are being accelerated. And if our listeners actually follow this, this advice, it's really going to help them embrace those opportunities that are going to come over the next 12, 18, 24 months, even if we don't know what they are. Now, Jon, I will say, though, we've talked about technology, we've talked about process, but what we haven't really talked about is really the individual and how the individual becomes a consultant. So I'll throw out there, I know we have a great article, 3 Essentials to Becoming a High-Valued Consultant. It's a great article. It talks about some of those softer skills, if you will, and gives some great advice on how to implement those to help grow yourself as a consultant. So that's something else I would recommend. Start with yourself, start with some of those soft skills, and start looking at the technology and the process behind delivering those services, those consulting services virtually.
That's great, Amanda. And I would encourage everyone to go download that 3 Essentials to Becoming a High Valued Consultant, because it's all about mindset. If you have the right mindset around this transition, around this evolution of how you're going to deliver services, you will go faster and you will experience more success. And we've seen firms that not only have learned how to deliver services virtually, but actually launching new services and starting it virtually from the get-go. And so that's been a big, kind of area of growth as well. All right, Amanda. Well, that leads us to our time here together. Thanks so much for taking a few minutes here just to talk about this specific opportunity we see firms having. So thank you, Amanda.
My pleasure, Jon. I always enjoy our conversation, so I look forward to the next one.